My little pony, my little pony.
Hello everyone and welcome to Bronyville. This is Bronyville episode number 112, brought to you on June 29th, 2013. I am your host, Apple Cider. Hello! Glad to any of you listening out there, be it if you are listening on podcast, if you are live over at justin.tv/Bronyville podcast, or, you know, if somebody just slipped you this MP3 or audio file and just said, hey, listen to this dude. It'd be a little creepy, but I think it's okay. I'm your host. Sandy is out, but we will be calling him in a little bit live from Fiesta Equestria. My co-host to fill in for the time is one of our regulars, Midnight Shadow, our friend Mitty.
Hello, hello, hello.
How are things in Finland?
Very hot and summery, actually. Though today's been, yeah.
We've officially hit our, we had a nice, very, very mild summer so far, and then somebody informed Summer it was supposed to show up, and so it's brought it in force.
Yeah, it just came over the Finland, and it's been very hot the last week, though today we're seeing the benefit of that, which means it's rained.
No, that'd be nice. We had rain, but it doesn't rain here in the summer. It's full 100% sun. It's pretty, it can get pretty brutal. It did rain this year, but it was pretty much just the, okay, I need to stop being cold. Now I'm going to bring every single bit of heat I have. So, we have guests. Very, very awesome guests. We have two of the individuals responsible for the My Little Karaoke project. I'll go ahead and introduce them one by one. First off is Smiley. Hello.
Hello there.
How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
And what is your job on the project?
I would say main karaoke file contributor.
Okay, and is that just the is coding, or is that the getting the audio synced? What's the particular work on that one?
Yeah, I work with the audio and code in the karaoke files into that.
Okay. All right, excellent. And tell you what, we'll go ahead and do this while we have you, while we're on you. Have to know two important things to start off the show: favorite character and favorite episode.
Yeah, favorite character is a bit tricky. I mean, I love them all, but if I have to choose, I'll go not with the mainstream series, but with Friendship is Witchcraft and Pinkie Pie.
That's actually, I think we've had someone request. I have that exact one in the past. Just be like, I like the Friendship is Witchcraft Pinkie because she's crazy gypsy mare.
Yeah. And for favorite episode, for the longest time, I didn't have any because I liked most of them. I had one or two episodes that I don't especially like, but I really fell in love with Magical Mystery Cure.
Even with the Twylicorn?
Even with the Twylicorn.
Lagasp. All right. Thank you for coming on. Your compadre, your friend in action here is Renard, not the other Renard, but this is a different Renard. Hello.
Yes. Hello there.
How are you, sir?
Well, pretty cold actually. So I'm wondering why all of you are talking about hot summer or whatever, because it's freezing here.
It's freezing.
Well, yeah, it is.
Ship some of that over. That sounds wonderful. I'd rather be too cold than too hot. Too hot is just icky.
Well,
yeah, I'm so dumb cold.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, where you're from, Mitty? For everyone out there, Mitty's in Finland. So when it gets cold, you get every bit of cold, every ounce of cold.
Yes, it kind of gets so cold that the trees crack in the middle of the night. So I am very done with cold for this year, and I'm looking very much forward to just getting too hot for too long.
Oh, okay.
So,
try and warm up before your bones completely just splinter.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, it's really cold in winter. So,
all right. Well, Renard, let's go ahead and do this. What's your job on the My Little Karaoke?
I'm doing quite a lot of things actually. I'm trying to get some songs done, and I'm trying to manage the project, the whole project here, in order to have a game running for this summer to use in conventions. So there is a lot of things to do for songs, for bug fixing songs. For many artworks, I have to. Well, I don't make the artworks myself, but I have to find them or to try to find some people who would wish to participate in the project.
Okay.
And well, it's a lot of well, mostly management, I would say right now.
Gotcha. So, and we'll get in a little bit more of the detail of how you guys have actually made the project and where they can find out more about it. But so we can move forward. Favorite character and favorite episode.
Yeah, that one's hard to answer.
Choose your favorite. Choose your love.
Gosh. Well, as for a character, I would say that it's not really about the characters I like. It's more the way they interact with each other. So it's very hard for me to pick one because they work in pairs or even more. There is one I really like for the design, which is Octavia. Not sure how to say that.
That's right.
But it's more for the design choice than for the character because, well, she doesn't have any impact in My Little Pony anyway.
Mm-hmm.
As for the episode, I would say maybe Read It and Weep, which is great because it's really dynamic and it's a great introduction to the show. So each time I try to get a friend to watch My Little Pony, I start with that one. And it's kind of easy to get hooked on this one. Well, and there is a moral too that's kind of impressive for a TV show of this size or this kind here. It's basically telling kids that reading is awesome too. So I really enjoy this way of putting it.
Okay.
Well.
That's totally fine on that. So, excellent. And Mitty, I neglected to go back and double check with you. I apologize so much.
You did.
But
I'm crying here.
But just to make sure, and just so that we don't destroy this show, because it's definitely important. Favorite character and favorite episode.
Today, I think Pipsqueak.
Really?
Yes.
Pipsqueak actually interacts in another part of this show.
Pipsqueak. I actually noticed that after I'd actually picked Pipsqueak to be today's character.
How apt.
Yeah. We definitely need more Pipsqueak because he is too cute and British.
And your favorite episode, I don't think actually exists.
Oh, it does, I'm sure. Down in like season 5 eventually. You know, when Pinky gets the time machine and Rarity gets turned into a robot, you know, that's when things go a bit strange, but they pick up again for season 6.
I guess so. Yeah. Is this the one where he jumps inside of his own consciousness and John Hurt's there? Gotcha.
That's right. And it turns out he's actually John Gold.
Oh, gotcha. All right. Well, very excellent. Thank you all. Thank the three of you for jumping in today. And as said, Sandy will likely be joining in if I can figure out the right way to add him into the Skype call in a little bit. Doc, others need the doc. All right, I will publish out the doc. Publish to the web. Start publishing. This is great radio. All right, well, let's go ahead and talk about our sponsors. Our first sponsor and our continual sponsor is We Love Fine purveyors of pony merchandise. You can go over to welovefine.com, see all of their great stuff, bags, hats, shirts, panties. If you need panties, they got them. Just saying. And if you use Bronyville 10, get 10% off of your purchase. Takes care of that shipping if you are U.S. domestic. Unfortunately, no international as far as I'm aware. Though there are some international vendors now. Anything of note there, baby? Oh, those look like new iPhone covers.
No, this isn't for iPhone.
Oh, they have new covers that aren't iPhone specific.
Samsung
S3 pony covers. There you go.
Nobody's gonna make covers
I'm sorry, baby. Oh, well. So go check that out. That is at welovefine.com. We love them. Bronyville 10% off your purchase. And as usual, Sandy is not here. But we're going to talk about Nightmare Nights Dallas because that is the convention, the much-loved Sandy Con that we tease about on the show, happening first week of November in Dallas, Texas. And already guests that are lined up for that. Community guests. They everything looks like it is going swimmingly. I am looking forward to a lot of great barbecue and hanging out with a whole bunch of pony folk there. So that is Nightmare Nights Dallas. Go check that out. Website is, let me hover over the link, nightmarenights.net. All right, let's go ahead and jump into topic time. Let's go ahead and talk to Smiley and Renard and find out a little bit more about this musical project they have on their plates. So let's see. I'll go ahead and start with Smiley since you are first on the list here. But what? Well, first off, is it just you two running this, or how many other users do you have contributing?
We'll have several users contributing. It's about half a dozen of regulars and some that are only posting one song or two.
Okay.
I mean, the good thing about Ultrastar, that's the program we are mostly using, is it's a SingStar clone, basically.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
The good thing about it is that you can program your own songs. And it's fairly easy, it's fairly streamlined, so if you know a bit of basics, you can pretty much do it yourself.
Okay, so if you were a musician and you were just like, hey, it'd be kind of neat to have my songs inside of here, it wouldn't take too much to actually just go ahead and generate that.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. So like, just so what kind of brought, and either of you can go ahead and answer this, but what brought about just the idea of like, or tell you what, let me break it down even simpler. Explain to everyone what My Little Karaoke actually is.
My Little Karaoke is a project that tries to take all the karaoke songs that are out there and combine it into one place. Well, basically, it's pretty much started out when there was only one song that was Winter Wrap Up. Mm-hmm. And that was the very first song that I came across back in the day, and I was pretty shocked because I was looking for karaoke songs, and that was the only pony song I could find. And after a few rounds with it, I looked into the text file that is basically the important stuff of it, and I realized it's easy, and I could do that. And I started to make songs, and after a while, Renard contacted me that he is trying to get all these karaoke songs together of the main series and of Brony songs. Mm-hmm. And basically, that's what we do.
Okay, so you just created this to actually have just and I've seen the videos and some of the comments that when you got a recent post on Equestria Daily, people were going like, "Oh, this is very SingStar."
It is.
It is.
Yeah,
it is. And the idea was to bring My Little Pony songs to SingStar. Basically, you could picture a SingStar game with only My Little Pony songs, both from the show and from the community. And that's what we wanted to achieve. So we're using Ultrastar as the engine for that project. But the end goal is to try to make a standalone game that's basically looks like what SingStar is right now, but with a focus on the pony community.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so just have like which songs do you actually have available out on the karaoke now?
We have we are right now compiling a big new release. Right now we have the season 1 songs available. But in a short while, we will have all of season 1, 2, and 3. And about, about 60 or 80 in that measure, Brony songs.
Okay. So you have official and unofficial kind of placed inside of it.
all in all, we have around 150 individual songs.
Nice. That's plentiful.
Yep.
If for instance, if there was a musician out there that had recorded something and thought that they were like, hey, I'd want to actually have this inside of it. We kind of mentioned earlier that it was pretty easy to put the music inside of it. What's the process to actually have something added?
If you want us to work on it, I mean, that's the easier part of it. You can go to mylittlekaraoke.com. We have a forum there with a song request subforum, and you can post your songs there, or any songs that you like and you would like to have on the project. And, well, we might work on it. I mean, it's all a bit free form, and we choose our own works, but we try to do as much as we can.
Okay. And some Brony Jr. out in the chat actually has a pretty good question because and we definitely will talk about this a little bit, but with the copyright concerns and everything like this, his particular question was, isn't it illegal to have songs of the show in this particular software without Hasbro's permission?
Well, yeah,
Great.
kinda.
It is a gray area.
That's something we don't really want to think about so far.
Yeah,
So as long as we don't have any mention of that, we're pretty cool with it. We intend to create this project is as a tribute to My Little Pony, and not really as a way to damage, I would say, the image they have of this show. So far, it's going great. Of course, we don't have any contacts with Hasbro, so we don't really know what their stance on this is.
Mm-hmm. And
so I don't really want to clearly answer that question, to be honest.
Well, and let me ease your concerns just a little bit from what I've seen. The only time that Hasbro really steps into copyright concerns is when someone is making money off of them. Yeah,
we're definitely not making money on this.
Right.
So,
it sounds like this is a fan project, and if you, is it actually released out now? Can you actually download it now, or is it about to be released?
Oh, the previous version was available till a few weeks ago, but I decided to remove the download links so far because we are now trying to update the song pack. And because of that, it will be available again in a few days, but it's not available right now.
Okay.
I think maybe next week, at the end of next week, you will be able to download it again and to download an updated version of it.
Okay, excellent. So you could actually get it probably when any of our podcast listeners hear this, it might actually still be available, or it might just be available for them to jump in on it. So that sounds good. And yeah, the gray area on that is with the other projects that have been out there, they were starting to get a lot of funding. If you guys are kind of doing this as a freebie project that's out there,
well,
it doesn't sound like that. Probably wouldn't be anything that Hasbro would have any reason to jump in on.
Maybe we could say it's fair use. I'm not sure.
Now, I'm not sure if, since it does have copyrighted stuff inside of it, I'm not sure if it would be fair use in that way as well. Just it definitely does become a murky territory. But even with Hasbro in the past, if it's been something that they don't do, they don't usually step in on it. The times where they have had to step in has always been with something that they actually produce stuff for.
We'll see anyway how this turns out. If Hasbro comes to us and say that they don't want us to go on with the official packs, we still have the Brony community songs to go ahead with.
Definitely.
And there is a lot of creativity in this fandom for that, so we still do have a lot of material to work with.
Yeah, good point with that. You could always go just pull off of directly from the community, and there's enough people that will try though they might to sing Discord,
Indeed. And that's also a call out for all the pony artists out there. Anyone who would want a song they made into this project could help us by providing a MIDI file of the main vocalist, singer. That's a lot easier for us to try to get the pitches right when we work on that. So if we have to focus on community songs, and if this project takes off a bit more and interest artists out there, that's what I would recommend to be able to get things done quickly.
Yeah, excellent. And if they wanted to do that, what's the correct what URL or where should you direct them to?
mylittlekaraoke.com. As always, get in touch with us on the forum. It's so far the easiest way to do it. We do have a Twitter account or and other means, but since I'm a bit busy right now at the moment, I'm not sure I would get all the messages here. So, well, the forum is here to have everything set in stone, basically, and that's maybe the most obvious place to go to have some feedback after.
Yeah, and I'm taking a look at you actually shared across your in progress, and I see most of season 1, season 2, season 3 filled out, extras, PPR imports, community songs, just keeps going. So yeah, there is a whole host of songs that you have inside of here.
Yeah.
So I have to know, you both have been working on this, and I'm sure that you've had this demoed or detailed. What have you had any wild or fun encounters using the software? If I don't know if you do meetups or stuff like that, but had any particularly fun, wild encounters while using it?
Oh, well, tough question to answer here. Actually, My Little Karaoke was demoed first at Everfree Northwest last year in Seattle. So we had a lot of people coming in, including Daniel Ingram and Stefan Andrews, and many cosplayers. So, well, we did have a lot of fun moments already, and in public too. So, well, I'm not sure how. Sorry about that.
Well, I was just saying. So you've had a lot of you've definitely had some people come in there and both. Have you ever had like somebody that actually sing their song on that platform?
What do you mean by that? The artists?
Yeah. So for instance, you have Eurobeat come up and sing Discord of the Discord on the the track.
Not yet, but I would love to.
We're working on that. See if we can get a VA to get Andrea Libman to sing Cupcakes for you.
Oh gosh, we should totally do that. But well, it would be kind of hard to get in touch with him, I guess. Or
definitely.
Well,
it can be challenging, but I can feel your blush across the internet. I just want you to know that I can just feel they're doing the thing that I helped with.
But definitely, if we get the opportunity to do such things, we will do that.
Yeah,
we
definitely.
We will try our best to get that done. But well,
okay. Excellent.
So far, we will see what happens at conventions, because the game will be at a few conventions this summer here. So, well, maybe we will have a few surprises this time.
Okay. And is there anything else you want to talk about, Pimp Out? Just go ahead and bring up, since we do have your part of the show before moving on to news.
Smiley?
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I mean, a good thing would be if we could get someone. I mean, it's an open call right now for season 4. We had a bit of a problem with season 3 with the official audio and video. So if there would be someone out there who's listening to this podcast and would have the technology and the willingness to contribute to us a good quality audio and video files, that would help us a whole lot.
So you're looking, and from the sheet here, it looks like you're looking at approximately like a 320 kilobyte MP3.
Yep. And a 720p video file.
Okay. And so just looking for that out there. And Equestria Girls, you getting that in there?
We still don't have any materials for Equestria Girls, so we can't really answer that right now. We will have to wait for the Blu-ray or the DVD release. So far, the audio on YouTube is just not good enough to shown at the project so well.
Definitely.
As for the videos, we usually already have the help we need for that, so it's pretty clear already. But for the audio, this needs a lot of work, and we could use some help indeed. And there another part of that, because each time we display a song on screen on Ultrastar, you have to add a cover and a background art. So if a few artists want to have their art featured on the project too, it would be great too to have some context here. Some context, yeah.
Okay, so you're also, some of the stuff you have mentioned here is background, CD cover, the video as mentioned before. What's the review? That's mentioned there at the very end.
What sorry, didn't.
I'm looking at the document you have. So the lyrics, the background, the CD art cover, the video, and then there's review. Oh, is that just like making sure that it all fit together? Okay, all right. I won't read that one then.
Yeah, the idea was that each time a file was produced by someone, we needed someone else to try it and to confirm it worked great. Because we wanted to focus on quality control and to be sure that what we release is awesome. So that's for the review process here. To have someone who was used to SingStar, to My Little to Ultrastar and SingStar, who could check the file's integrity and if the pitches are correct, if the timings are what is to be expected, and whatnot.
Okay, excellent. All right, well, unless you two have anything else you want to go ahead and bring up, we can go ahead and charge along to the news we got here. Anything else?
Well, maybe. If you do come across My Little Karaoke in summer conventions, because we made it clear, we tried to make it clear that any conventions organizers could use the game for free without even telling us. But if you stumble across the game being played, do send us some pictures, some photos. Go join the forums and tell us the experience you had, what was great, what could be fixed, what could be better, so we can improve it all the way, and have some feedback here. That's basically it. We will have the game running at Galacon in Germany this summer. It will be in the gaming room at Everfree Northwest this year too. But I'm not sure exactly how it will be featured, so we'll have to see when it will be the time here. It's still in the works, but well.
Excellent. And there are people asking for me to sing at this point. I might have to protect. Well, I would have to have some sort of background, like I would have to have some sort of track to sing. I mean, I definitely could sing So Many Wonders if I just had the proper audio backing, but I just don't think I have that. Should
I play it into Skype?
I mean, if there was a way to do it, I might do it, but I just don't think it's possible.
Yes.
Oh. You know what?
Did I try?
I just if it happened, it happened. But if it didn't,
Oh, let's see.
If you don't do it right now, you have to promise me that you will record it on your own and you will hear it on next episode of Bronyville on the podcast.
Well, I mean, it would simply have to require someone loading up a file and figuring out how to do that. This is your point to do it while we're still recording.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't ask me to sing.
I'm pretty sure you could figure something out anyway.
If I started singing, you would lose all viewers. It would actually reach negative viewers.
The internet would reject it like a false organ.
Yeah, I think I'd probably get locked up in Guantanamo for weapons of mass destruction.
Something like that.
It's not pretty if I start singing. It really isn't.
Maybe you just need something like this.
If you want to hear me sing, actually, I have a few songs recorded on the My Little Karaoke forum. So, yeah, I might not start singing right now, but if you want to hear that, maybe.
Oh, well, I mean, however you want to. I think that they want me to try and sing something. I wonder if I can find. Let me see if I can find a quick karaoke version of So Many Wonders, because that just sounds great with my deep voice.
Well, I could find you download link, but it would be maybe a bit too big. Wait,
hold on.
The torrent's up there. You could snag the torrent.
Hold on. I've got this because there's a Infinity Dash did his. Let's see. I can just pull it off of that. There's an advertisement. Shoot, no. Bad advertisement. You're evil. Hold on. Here we go. Skip ad. Here we go.
Upload it.
What is this place filled with so many wonders, casting its spell that I am now under? Bells in the trees and the cute little bunnies, birds flying free and the bees with their honey. Oh, what a magical place, and I owe it all to the Pegasus race. If I knew the ground had so much of its sleeve, I'd have come here sooner and never leave. Yes, I love everything.
Hey, that's great.
Hooray!
If you're gonna do it, ham it.
Yeah, that was pretty hammy, I have to say.
If you're gonna do it, the right way to sing karaoke, I find, is just to do it silly.
Yeah, I could probably do that.
If you try and go in and actually like land it, everybody looks at you and goes like, "Who is this weirdo?" Huh? You can. Anyway, you're welcome, all of you, or I'm sorry, all of you. Take your pick. All right, well, tell you what. Shall we go ahead and run over to news? Let's do this. Let's do news. All right. Well, let me see if I can get Sandy on. By the way, none of you tell Sandy I sang, all right? It's very important.
I think he might somehow find out one day.
I don't think... I think if we keep this quiet, he actually won't ever find out. It's scientific fact.
He won't hear it from me.
Okay, excellent. Tell you what, while I put in his phone number... Midnight Shadow, I need to find. I want to get your input. What is the fandom fire status this week?
I think the fire status is somewhere around Antares.
Wow, we're that hot again? Mitty, where'd you go, Mitty? Mitty jumped off the face. Wow, it got so hot where he is, he melted. Mitty is gone. Wow. All right.
Wow. Okay, I'm gone. I'm back now.
You are.
That was really good of me. I leant on the mute button. Yeah. I think everything is on fire forever because there was this kind of add-on show that appeared. You might have heard about it.
Something.
Yeah. I mean, there's this cartoon and the ponies look kind of strange, and they kind of go to places and do things that are not very pony, and Spike's a dog. And
so you're saying friendship is ruined forever?
Yeah, everything is ruined forever, and we are now kind of leaping to our dooms from the nearest highest tower, clutching what's left of the fandom to our chest and saying, I loved My Little Pony, and now it's all gone. And then there's bodies flying, the markets are crashing. It's just
pandemonium.
It's the end of the world as we know it. We're done.
Pure pandemonium.
Yeah.
I don't believe that's actually what it is.
It might not be. It might be slightly less drastic than that.
Midnight Shadow's fire status starts and ends with wildfire.
Yeah, I mean, the end of the world hasn't come over here yet.
Well, let's do this real quick. Let me just find out. If you are listening to this right now, including those that are listening to the stream, Sandy and I recorded a full, big, deep spoiler cast 1 hour episode where we went completely in depth about Equestria Girls and our feelings about it. So you are safe from any spoilers if you have not listened to it. If you don't care about spoilers, or if you've already seen it and want to find out our opinions, you can go catch that over at bronyshow.com or bronyvillepodcast.com.
Hooray!
Yeah, if you want to get it for non-spoilery feelings, let me get it from. Have any of the rest of you seen Equestria Girls?
Nope.
Nope.
I
Mitty?
guess, so I have no idea, and I will be spoiled, I guess.
I have a very bad copy that is on YouTube. Seeing as
I'm
we'll
waiting.
never ever get here. Yeah.
You dirty pirate.
Yardies. 'Tis a fine day to go plunder in the interwebs, sir.
I sure, yeah. Pirate Mitty here.
Hey, if we could get it legally, we would. Problem
Yeah.
is, Hasbro has decided they don't want to get it to Europe, so it's their fault.
Well,
Though
it is coming to Germany, if I'm not mistaken.
that is correct. I actually have that in the news. It is coming to Germany. So if you speak
It
German,
is.
you could actually hear it.
Well, I don't speak German, so...
Oh no!
Faster than horses, sir. Yeah, I mean, it's
Funny
coming,
thing is,
but
Equestria Girls is coming to Germany before season 3. That means the kids will all be like, what? Twilight is an alicorn? When did that happen?
It's like, hey, huh? Wait a second. This don't make sense. Costume change.
yeah, they're gonna kind of magically paint out the wings and
She got airbrushed. They just call her a princess for no good reason. Kind of mysterious, huh? Oh, by the way, spoilers if you didn't know she turned into a princess.
is she a real princess?
Yes, Mitty, just like you.
Yeah, I'm the prettiest princess.
Let's see. Coming to Germany, there was a joke that was a very, very brief joke on Mad TV about Equestria Girls. It was literally just a things happening this month. My Little Pony, Equestria Girls happens. You know, it was something like just enough to be like, yeah, we talk about that show a lot. Let's see, other news that were out there. I'm trying to wait for Sandy to remind me of his phone number because I guess when I switched phones, I didn't have it. So I'm having to grab that from him again.
Oh, I see.
I know. This Max Professional show. Let's see, to go through this. All right, you ready for a really bad joke? Hash Brony, more like hash oh noni. Oh,
I'm slapping my
snap.
thighs.
There you go. That's the joke.
That
is terrible. You're all welcome. All right, so this is actually follows into some of the stuff that we talked a little earlier. Let's talk about some copyright and also selling of Hasbro materials. So, brought up as a one cool thing a while back by me was the Hash Brony Shapeways Vinyl Scratch Octavia and Derpy figurines. Sandy has one of them. And the cease and desist went to said Hash Brony, who was obviously forced to take them down, and now those particular figurines are no longer available on Shapeways. Though I am somewhat curious, because if you go on to Shapeways, there are a ton of My Little Pony stuff. Let me check that in just a little bit.
It's just him then.
Maybe. I'm trying to see, because it would almost look like if you went through this, you ended up finding like a ton of pony stuff. So let's see if it only was him. Oh God, there's still tons of it.
So is something shenaniganly going on there?
No, I think that he was just making a lot.
Well, from what I saw, they were pretty kosher figurines. I mean, they were really good.
Oh yeah, they were very, very excellent. I think that they So the basis is that there were these Shapeways figurines made from a 3D model that Hash Brony made that was put on Shapeways, which is a company that allows for 3D models to be made of particular things that users put on their marketplace. So somebody puts on a model, somebody sees the model, thinks that that's pretty cool, and then goes and places a bid to say, hey, I want that. Shapeways then takes that model, uses their 3D printing technology, depending on which one you choose, and a few days later, you end up getting a 3D model of what it is. As said, Hash Brony had a Vinyl Scratch, an Octavia, and a Derpy, all of which were designed and had a particular look to them that would not be something that you could get, in the normal toys. They were just a kind of, the Octavia and Scratch were kind of normal, but they were solid. They didn't have brushable mains. They were just official, or not really official, but they were very accurate. The problem is that if you think about it, what does Hasbro make their money on? Figurines. What were these? Figurines. So what this meant is that he was making money off of these models that were technically copyrighted characters from the show.
Yeah, I mean, they were designs created by other people. I don't know who, but presumably they are copyrighted because they are of a design which is owned by Hasbro. Right.
So I'm looking through Shapeways right now, and actually I see a few of these that are still out there. For instance, there is a extremely expensive $250 Spike limited run figurine that's out there. There's some humanized Luna ones that I see are out here still, and some other ones that are very basic looking, kind of base pony figurines.
That Spike one is gorgeous.
That Spike one is amazing. He's there at the table and he's got the pen and he's writing. It's really great. Somebody actually has created a party cannon, so you can actually get a printed party cannon for your Pinkie Pie. I mean, some of the stuff that people come out with on Shapeways is pretty cool. I don't know if some of these things have simply went underground. I'm gonna check real quick to see. No, you can still find some. So, for instance, there's like a $56 chrysalis if you just know to type in chrysalis. If you know it. So, I think my guess is what happened on this is that as we've kind of talked about on the legality on the show in the past, what happened here was somebody went to Hasbro and said, hey, have you seen these? And the moment that happens, Hasbro has to jump in and stop it because they technically lose the copyright if they don't do anything with it. So that's what happened in this particular instance. Somebody likely, the moment that Hasbro finds out about something like this, they then have to step in. This very well could be Hasbro went to Equestria Daily or a site like that, which demoed it. Oh no, it's a mass producible object. We got to shut it down. So, it's likely what happens. Yes. And as Carnage is saying, because I brought it up on the show, it's all my fault. Correct.
AC has ultimate power.
I know. Hasbro listens to this show. If only. But maybe they are. The main thing that I think I have two kind of points that I want to make that can be made on this. One is that this kind of let me go to the first one. This kind of stuff is going to continue to happen. I don't know if any of you, or maybe Mitty, have been keeping track of like the 3D printing scene that's out there right now. But
somewhat, a little bit.
It's what there are starting to do with 3D printing is starting to get kind of crazy.
Oh, it's freaking amazing. When we had the gun that was 3D printed the other day, I think there was like one piece that wasn't, and that was the firing pin.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, That is the next industrial revolution, and it's already happening. Check out MakerBots and I think RepRap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really when you look at it at first, you're just kind of like 3D printing, whatever. But it actually has huge implications to a lot of industries, because if you think about this, take a look at Hasbro's entire line. Their entire thing is, we are going to make 1 million Pinkie Pies, 1 million Twilight Sparkles, 1 million of these things, and we're going to disperse them all across the country because, well, it's cheaper to manufacture them that way, but there's going to be 1 million of the exact same thing. With a 3D printer, you could literally make that exact same thing whichever way you want it, and completely cut out the host, pretty much. That's what happened in this particular instance. Here is something where they simply could just go, I want this one particular thing done this one particular way. I want it customized to how I want it. And that's going to be like nothing anyone else has. Somebody else have a...
You know what could happen too? Some 3D printers can actually print themselves. So you can print a printer to your friends so they have one in their home too. So they can then print whatever they wish. So it's pretty amazing to see that it's a disruptive technology that could be kind of cheap to invade every home over there. So.
Mm-hmm. And probably about 10 years, it could become that we're going to see, 3D printers that are going to actually be in the home that you could print stuff with, and they would be at a reasonable price to actually create.
Yeah, I mean...
Well, you could already ask a friend who has a RepRap, and you mentioned the RepRap earlier, to print one for you, so you just have to build one yourself. It could come, maybe it won't even need 10 years for that. Well, it's still a bit rough around the edges and still quite hard to use, but it's definitely there and definitely available to anyone. It doesn't even cost a lot of money to have a 3D printer now. It just requires a lot of technical knowledge, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I mean...
I was thinking it could be a similar revolution to technology than Steam was to video games.
Yeah, I was actually kind of thinking about this, and if any of you out there want to make like $1 bajillion, this is what you need to do. And I'm serious. Like if someone doesn't jump on this after hearing my voice, you're a fool. But there are companies, for instance, let's say Hasbro, let's say Mattel, pretty much any company that could make metallic or any company that makes goods at a mass market scale, they are going to be hurting, because this is literally going to be the entire MP3 situation all over again, because it's going to be this new upstart thing that pops up that the old guard doesn't really know what to do with, so they're going to try and jump in and stop it as much as possible. So that means that it's just going to go underground and go piratey. Then it's going to have to take a market leader to show up and actually start to control it, a la iTunes, who actually works with these vendors to create these things. So someone would need to make a marketplace that is specifically set to make these licensed things. If you do that, you A, save their problem, and B, make yourself a ton of money.
I actually believe that someone is starting to do that and to have a 3D print store of some way.
Yeah, there are a few.
Microsoft actually is including drivers for generic 3D printers in Windows 8.1.
Right.
So I have no idea right now what they want to do with that, but they might want to use the Windows stores they have, and maybe to have a marketplace for that too. Because, well, we can say that they didn't achieve this with other music because, well, iTunes stole it, basically, and stole the market. They didn't manage to do it with movies, so maybe they want to try it with 3D objects right now. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. So some people are asking in the chat, what materials can you print with? PLA plastic is the
Most
common. There are ones that can do metal. There actually are some ones that right now can actually print biology on it. So
Yes,
you could actually print like the hope with that particular one is not only could you cook or could you make people are looking forward to the day that they could use the biology printers and go, here's my DNA, print me a heart so I have a replacement heart. So that when my heart goes bad, I could just go, all right, pull out the replacement heart. Like
Just
that,
like
that
Iron
is
Man, but squishier.
that is how like crazy people are predicting this road could go down with the printers. Yeah, so I mean, my thoughts are is just all it requires is just someone to jump in there and control that space. If someone doesn't do it in a year or two, I'm gonna do that, and I'll call all of you suckers. But if you do it, give me some credit. Just say there was some dude on the internet yelling about this years ago. So, all right, let me do this real quick. Let me make a new contact because I'm going to have to do some silliness to make sure I can get Sandy in on this. Let's see.
You could just, if you've got Skype credits, you should be able to just add him in.
Oh, I do. It's just that Skype is stupid about how it wants to do things sometimes.
Oh, yeah, it's kind of a bit ick.
It's kind of a hot mess. So, let's see.
So now we need the
Let's see. Add people to this call. I want to add Sandy Face to the call. I want to tell it to do that. All right. Sandy should be coming on. We're going to talk about Fiesta Equestria. Wee mobile phones.
Howdy, howdy.
Oh, it's Sandy.
Oh, man.
You're on the show.
What is this sorcery? What is this sorcery?
You're on a phone.
it's Sandy.
I'm sitting at a table at a dealer's den in Houston, Texas, and somehow on the show.
You can't get away. Even the weeks that you're doing cons, you can't get away.
You can't get off Celestia's wild ride.
You surely can't. So you were at Fiesta Equestria?
Sure am.
How's it going?
It's going pretty good. I was initially stuck outside the main events room where I'm playing music all the time, really hard to hear. But now I came in and through a bloody coup took over a table in the dealer's den. And been very effective and very good idea.
you're
Lots
effective.
of networking.
Good job at sowing discord at the convention.
Yeah, well, I'm 3 tables down from our friend Rommel from Brony's Are Good, 2 away from our friend Kefka, across the way from good old Eurobeat Brony. So there's a lot of cool folks here dealing at this con.
Excellent. So there's already been some fun that's been going on over there. I know that there was a Hey Ocean concert that hit last night. Hey Ocean,
that was a pretty big deal.
Obviously, Ashley Ball, aka voice of Rainbow Dash, and that Apple Pony does the voice and is the lead singer for that. So that went off pretty well.
Yeah, it went off about as well as the first year con would expect to have go off. Their setup took a lot longer than expected, so a couple of sets got cut in the front side. But they did their show, and people had fun. Unfortunately, Hey Ocean was only here for a night, so they're already gone on their next leg of the tour.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this is like a one night only. You blink and you miss it.
Well,
it went off pretty well, and there was lots of people there enjoying the music.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she hasn't. I mean, this is only the second con she's ever went to, so she was there for the one day of Bronyville winter, BronyCon winter, and was here at a Fiesta Equestria.
Well, people seem to have had fun though, so I guess it works out in the end.
Mm-hmm. So how's everything going fine over there? No, nothing burning down, no large electrical outlets?
Yeah, other than that bit of silliness with the fake friendship as witchcraft person, things have been nice and calm. The guys running it have been nothing but helpful. I got my badge super easy. Things are just working as they ought to. I've hung out with our friends from Bronyville Live and hung out with Shamrock and Spaz is here from Derpy Hooves News. So they're off having fun, and we've hung out at night, Even talked to a couple of people I didn't expect, like Bajodi.
There you go. So what else do you have on your plate over there for the rest of the con?
Well, I'm here showing my dedication to my convention by manning the table in the dealer's den until it closes. And I'm going to go grab dinner and then go back down to my other table outside main events from till like 11 o'clock.
Just sit there.
I'm putting in work because
you're enjoying SeatCon.
Yep, but that's what I came here to do.
You need to put up a sign that says, "Come see famous podcast host Chef Sandy."
Oh, what's really cool is I've had a lot of people who have been like, "Oh, hey, you're Chef Sandy. Love your show." So that's always nice. That's
awesome.
Very gratifying.
Are you doing any panels or anything, or are you too loose cannon for that?
I'm too loose to the cannon for such a thing. I mean, I'm the kind of guy that took over a empty dealer's table without asking. I'm just too brash and reckless. My cannon is loose beyond loose.
It is absolutely crazy. All right, well, just wanted to get an update from you. We miss you. I know that everyone in the chat room misses you.
Yeah. But things are going well at the con, and getting lots of nice foot traffic here, and now lots of flyers, getting people excited for Nightmare Night Dallas.
No, and people are trying to tell you that I sang. I didn't sing, so.
Oh, my. Well, if you're saying something in the chat, I'm afraid I don't see it, because we're on my phone, after all.
I know. All right, well, let's go. We'll go ahead and let you sit there at the table and enjoy yourself more. Have a good fiesta.
Yep, I'm having fun. Talk to you later, guys.
Take you later, man.
Bye.
Bye. Yay, Sandy's having fun. That's fun. We can do those now. We can actually do the pony live on the scene kind of stuff.
Yeah, welcome to the future.
I know. You could have said hi too, Mitty. He could have heard you.
I did. I did.
All right.
I didn't know if he could. No, of course he could. It's actually in the call.
Yeah, he's in the call. He's in Skype. It's all right. Let's see. Let's go ahead and run through the last of this little news here. I'll make a quick mention since Sandy did bring it up. It's not in the official document, but there was some silliness with someone pretending to be Jenny from Friendship is Witchcraft at Fiesta Equestria.
Why?
That's all. That's pretty much all I can say to it. It's silly. It got taken care of. Jenny found out, and then she got called out and left. I think I'm going to decide to not make anything more of that than just somebody trying to get attention. So, it is what it is.
Bizarre.
Yeah, pretty much. As for other news, Rarity is in Borderlands 2, confirmed. You know how we were talking about, Diamond Butt Stallion? Well, Diamond Butt Stallion is in the game now.
Hooray!
Except Mare.
Butt Stallion.
So you can now see Rarity is in it in the newest DLC. She does appear just briefly. I think she's just simply there. She doesn't actually do anything. But it's definitely...
I shall have to load that up.
It is definitely a white fashion unicorn with curly blue mane, so...
Fabulous. Yeah.
She is very fabulous, yes.
That new, it's called Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon Keep. Actually, we may need to... Ooh, Starry needs to see if she can actually purchase that, because we should do some Borderlands. That'd be fun. But yeah, that is the... She's in Borderlands, if you wanted to check that out. The next bit of news, and there was really not too much of the actual, normal stuff. There was some announcements of, Equestria Girls figurines and blind bag ponies, and none of them look good, so I decided to save you some from it. Nayuki explains what it means to be a background pony. By the way, Vinyl Scratch is no longer a background pony. Pretty much if it was a character that was both in Equestria Girls and was in the main series, they are beyond a background pony. They are a secondary character, and Vinyl Scratch meets that bill. So that was a neat one. I love Nayuki's icon. And by the way, two great tastes that go great together are Deadpool and Pony. If you are going to San Diego Comic Con, you too could get a Deadpool variant cover featuring Deadpool standing with a giant ponified version of a whole bunch of Marvel characters. That's awesome. Do you really, really want to see and have a copy of Pony Wolverine? Well, you can. Actually, the Pony Hulk looks kind of funny. He's just blue. He looks the most normal of all of them. That's kind of interesting. Or not Hulk, the Beast. Hulk. The Hulk.
Where
looks,
is Beast Pony?
Yeah, Beast Pony's down there in the and if you look, he's in the bottom.
Bottom left.
Bottom left, the one with the glasses. He looks pretty cute.
I would never have guessed that's actually Beast.
Well, but if you think about it, he's blue. All the other ones are different colors, too. He's Beast Pony.
Beast should be a fluffy pony.
Should be, oh boy. Oh, wow, well, yeah.
That's his thing. He's furry and blue. He should be a fluffy pony.
Just a giant fluff ball. Wee. That could be crazy. Yeah, so that's pretty much the news for this week. There was not much beyond the two kind of bits right there. Oh, by the way, on the Shapeways ponies, a lot of people that got those and decide once they heard the cease and desist notice that the site was still up have had their orders canceled. I will state that I did it at the very, very beginning. I ordered a Derpy at the very beginning just to see what would happen, as well to see if I could get one. And mine is still in transit. So there was a cutoff point.
Yeah, it's not going to be recalled from transit, I don't think. But if they hadn't packed it and sent it, it's going to be repossessed.
But it says it is in production. Like, it hasn't been shipped yet. It is simply still in production. So it obviously went past, like, the we are taking your money phase. And it is now in the, like, we are actually creating this phase. And it's like, well, we can't stop it now. So...
Maybe that's what they're doing.
Yeah, I will call her the last derp up. So, tee-hee. Episode discussion. There's no episode to discuss. Yeah. We'll move to emails. Let's do some emails, guys. Let's do this. You can go ahead and send emails to us over at bronyville@gmail.com. Since we do have a big cast and we actually have a decent number of emails here, I will go ahead and cut this up into sizable chunks that we can all talk about. I will go first. Midnight will go second. And Renard, would you like to go third? Renard?
Sure.
Yeah, just check the Google Doc. I'll highlight it for you. It's just the third email, and then we can have Smiley go third or go fourth, if that's all right.
It's okay.
Okay, excellent. We'll do that.
Let's do that.
All right. Let me go ahead and start this one off. Good day, bestest of pony podcast. Pico Pie here. I wanted to respond to my email you read last week concerning AJ being more of a background pony. The tale continues. AJ is the only realized main six. She is where she wants to be. She has attained what she desires and has settled down. The only way I see her growing is to pursue a relationship which probably won't happen anytime soon, or to have some sibling growth moments. However, Jake, the army guy, had a lot to say about the subject, so I think I'll link to an interview of him I did. Many of the questions are straight from the MLP fan fiction documentary 2013, but I also personalized it a lot, as with just as with the documentary, and a YouTube link. Included in the above interview is a section where Jake talks about having a knife pulled on him for wearing a We Love Fine sponsor plug t-shirt. He talks about it and mentions that you should do in a similar situation. Fair warning, he keeps his vocabulary clean during the interview clips despite his drill sergeant tendencies, but there's a lot of foul adult language during the part involving the knife. He also includes a lot of good info for military bronies or potential military bronies. I also hope to engage in a follow-up program similar to the Pony Fiction Vault, which will be closing soon. It will remain open as a time capsule, but the Vault will soon stop conducting new interviews and compiling new ebooks. Perhaps audio and video interviews can be part so that anyone is free to leave opinions on the interview, good or bad. I can take it at and link to a fan fiction blog for the Vault follow-up is left. Also, Andrea Libman, your favorite VA, will be filling in for Tabitha at Everfree Northwest as Tabitha has become ill with pneumonia. And make sure to then she and Pico will make sure to drop a plug if he sees her. Sorry for the long email. I just love your show so much. I type with my little hooves on. Pico Pie. Pico. I always mess it up. It's Pico Pie. It just looks like Pico. But I like saying...
Oh, I see.
I like saying...
Failed forever.
I like saying Pico because it sounds fun. Pico. Pico. Pico Pie. Pico Pie. Pico Pie. Pico, next time you send it, just remind me at the beginning. That way I can forget on the rest of the email.
Are you pronouncing meme correctly yet?
Meme, yes.
Hooray.
I need to get maimed. Anyway, it's a meme cabinet. It's a meme. It's an internet meme.
Yeah, and it's not a meme either.
No, it's definitely a meme. Don't worry, Cider. I don't get mad when you say it wrong like 95% of people. Well, good. All right. I think that takes care of that particular one. Yeah, go check out the fanfiction documentary link left in the email. You can find that over at BronyShow.com or BronyvillePodcast.com. Just click on the show note link. Mitty, go ahead and hit the next one, good sir.
Okay, it says, Hello Apple, Cider, Chef Sandy, Starry Night, and guests. On episode 98, I wrote into the show and stated that I would be attempting to listen to Bronyville episodes 1 to 99 in honor of the 100th episode. I have finally completed this undertaking. It was not as easy as I had initially expected. Would you believe that I blew out my mobile data plan streaming your show? Nevertheless, I succeeded and want to again say thank you for producing such a high-quality show. You tackled some rather poignant topics with a good mix of maturity and mirth. I did have a question for you. What are some of your favourite jokes or gags that have occurred in My Little Pony Friendship is Magic? For me, I like a dialogue between Pinkie Pie and Twilight Sparkle in Suited for Success, where Pinkie Pie says she'll become a crazy cat lady, and then Twilight Sparkle says she only has one cat, and then Pinkie replies, give her time. I actually remember that one. That's one of my favourites. Also, Fluttershy's reaction to the Fluttershy disguise Pinkie Pie discarded in The Crystal Empire Part 1 was both adorable and hilarious. Anyways, I'm interested to hear your thoughts on this, and thanks again for all the great work you have put into this wonderful show. Your loyal listener, Desert Nocturne. P.S. I would like to thank Light Show, who wrote in on episode 99, referring me to the Facebook group 18 Wheels and a Tail. I do check the page occasionally, and I think it's pretty interesting. P.S. Thank you for doing the show live. I know it can make things a little tougher for you, the show hosts, but I love the real-time interaction with the fans. You rock. Woohoo!
Yay. Let's see. Particular gags or jokes that we like. I'm going to have to think on this one. You know, for as much as Sandy knocks on Pinkie Pie, I actually find her to be a really great character on the show. Like the very, very random stuff that she does, like pretty much the crazy cat lady and the her changing out of a Pinkie costume. Like there are times that she goes overboard, but there are certainly points where just her being random is the kind of the best thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It is. It's really cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the subtle parts. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, yeah, I'm agreeing. Pinkie can definitely pull off random. I think it's very hard to do an actual random character and get it right, and the writers have for Pinkie. My favourite, I think, would be all of Lesson Zero when Twilight is just cracking up. with the hair that gets frizzier and frizzier. It's not so much a dialogue, but
the times that they make I was actually thinking that earlier. Is the reaction faces on Twilight are some of the best. Like, I hope that her whole like journey into Alicorn doesn't make it so she doesn't make like the bug out eyes and like the moments where she gets extremely flustered. Like, I love it when she does that. So yeah, that's a good one. I was actually thinking one of the ones I enjoyed was the "I'd like to be a tree," that entire scene, just because it seems like such a like crazy dialogue that you could almost see friends having. It's like, they're just talking and just be like, "It's not a tree. Of course it's not a tree. I didn't say it's a tree. She's not a tree, Yes, I know." It was so like kind of odd and random. I enjoyed that. How about Renard or Smiley? Any particular jokes that you enjoyed in the show?
I kind of liked two things. One was it's about time when they break and enter into the library, and they are pretty much exactly opposite of the door, and they search around the whole place and then find out they were there all along. And the other thing was in what was that? The other half of the Flutter Tree thing in Hurricane Fluttershy, where she exactly disguises as a tree.
Oh yeah, so it does the callback.
Yeah.
That is pretty good. Anything for you, Smiley?
That was me.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
Renard.
Renard.
There is a lot of I don't know what to pick, to be honest, because there are a lot of gags in here. Maybe I would pick one in Too Many Pinkie Pies. Just Pinkie's trying to jump in the lake while Rainbow Dash is having a nap on the side without waking her up.
Oh yeah, she does the whole stop in midair thing.
Oh yes, that is a great one. Just
that whole episode with a lot of Pinkies saying fun, 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 fun all the time is just, comical all the way. So, well,
yeah, there's a lot of good ones inside of here.
Yeah.
Spike nose winning around. Okay, Renard, would you like to get this next email for us? I just highlighted it for you.
Well, I'll try to do my best anyway.
Oh, no problem.
Good day, Chef Sunday. Sparkling apple juice. Starry night on all your guests this week. I'm going to skip the usual and hopefully by now assume the praise and get straight to the point. What shenanigans do you guys think the main six and or CMC will be getting into in season 4? Your faithful listener, unusual concepts. P.S. Oh, there is a picture in there.
There is.
I found this while getting groceries for the week and thought you guys would find it rather amusing. And it's a picture of Pipsqueak apple cider, a pack of 6 bottles of apple cider named Pipsqueak for the brand.
Pipsqueak brand apple cider. It looks like I've got I didn't know it.
Midnight, you wanted to see more of Pipsqueak? Well, you got it there.
Now I can. Yeah.
Well, it looks like I have a little protege to teach. I will teach you the ways of flavored fruit booze. Let's do this little one. I will teach
Jolly
you.
good show, Governor.
I will teach your weird British self, whose accent deteriorates throughout the episode, how to enjoy apple ciders.
He was a bit pip cheerio.
Yeah. He was, and then his accent slowly went, I'm a Canadian kid now.
Yeah, he's suddenly Canadian.
Yeah. Let's see. As for things we would like to see the main six get into, the constant Applejack jokes I will hold aside. Let's see. Rainbow Dash maybe actually formally becoming a Wonderbolt could be a thing.
That could be good.
Yeah. I mean, yeah,
we do love Applejack, though, really, don't we?
We do. Well, the thing that we constantly say...
Yeah.
The thing we constantly say is we want her to be better. We want her to be better. We want her to succeed. It's just tough love because, she is so stable and, just there needs to be a little bit more development to make her have like something that sets her apart. And don't hate. And Applejack fans, I'm done with the jokes. I'm being serious. Don't hate me anymore. I've been beaten into submission. I like her, okay? I do. Let's see. As for the other ones, thank you, honey. As for the other ones, like, what would you do with? Like, I'm trying to see. Of course, doing some more stuff with the CMC is always awesome. Them getting into just other I would enjoy a CMC episode where they actually get themselves into some trouble, like actually end up having to like deal with one of the big adult crises.
That would be good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, maybe not on the same angle as, oh no, there's a changeling hive, or, oh no, Chrysalis is back, something like that. But there actually is a threat of some sort. And let's say...
That actually could be good. I mean, if there was actually like a changeling threat and none of the adults realized what was going on and it was the CMC who saved the day, that would be fun. And actually, I would do what they did with... the trip to the Crystal Empire. I'd actually have some other episode going on around them at the same time, just for the callback value, because that was a lot of fun to see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that could be a good one for them, just where they have their whole like they're all gone up in the Crystal Empire or Canterlot, and they just have to figure out. They're just like, well, they're not here. All right, well, we need to buck up and do something. Pony joke.
Yep.
So, that's what I think. Any of you have any particular things you'd like to see next season?
Maybe a little bit more world building. I mean, Manhattan has been teased both in season 1 and with Babs in season 3, so that could be something. I could potentially see the CMC getting their cutie marks. I mean, they have grown as characters beyond the need for that gimmick. And it would be really something that other shows just wouldn't do. And I think MLP could really pull that one off.
Yeah, a progression arc with them getting their marks one by one could be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, it would be kind of interesting because you would then have, eventually if one of them got it, that you would need to have the other two get it there somewhat soon afterwards. Otherwise, there's just going to be this big bummer in the CMCs of the other two being like, we need to get rid of her.
No, that could be part of the adventure. If you actually made it like a 3-part, mini arc for them, is that one of them actually gets it and the others have to deal with it. Yeah, and then the others getting their marks too.
But if I wanted to be evil, I would put one of them getting their mark at the beginning of the season and the two others getting it at the end.
Right at the end.
And Apple Bloom possibly the last one because she was the one who wanted it most.
And and to make it even more excruciating, what you would do is at the very last episode of the next season, they would finish everything, they would fade to black, and then you just hear the other two of them go, hey, we got our marks, and then you have to wait another season to actually see them.
Or evil.
That would be evil.
The entire season they're just like, ah!
Or even worse, we get a time reversal one.
But
they get the marks and lose them again.
If one of the CMCs is to have a cutie mark, she no longer can be a CMC. She already got one, so she will have to get out of that CMC club thing, and I'm not sure what will happen then. Yeah. Or maybe she could be a CMC speaker or of some sort, like an anonymous alcoholic or whatever you wish. Yeah. I made it. See,
there's a Timo brought up
have group meetings. Well,
yeah. Timo brought up an interesting thing. He's like, I would like to see an adult blank flank and wonder how the CMCs react. There's a classic comic someone did where Apple Bloom meets like the pony that's in that's tending the gardening grounds
Wasn't he like the dunk collector? Yeah.
Yeah, and he doesn't have any mark. So he just kind of goes, she's just like, oh, so what about your cutie mark? Oh, I don't have one. Some ponies just never figure out their talent. And she just goes, ah! she just freaks out. Just this look of extreme horror. Just like, no.
Yeah, or the one where Apple Bloom gets her mark and it's like a pear. And Applejack is like, out
of the house.
Disowned.
Yeah.
Be gone.
Yeah, I don't think he was a donkey, because the donkeys in the show can talk, but at least previously they didn't have. They were just kind of like, they were kind of farmish animals, kind of similar to how cows are.
There was a few of them. Yeah, the donkeys and presumably the mules don't get cutie marks. I don't know about the horses, since we only saw them once from Saddle Arabia. But yeah, I think that there have been a few at least blank flanks in the show, but they are background ponies, so we don't really know if it's intentional.
Yeah, and the mare in Scootaloo's dream totally counts. So
it does?
No,
actually, I can't remember that one. I need to see that one again.
Yeah, that was. I'd have to see. I remember it mainly because it's just like, hey, it's a Scootaloo episode. That's cool. Luna shows up. That's cool too. So, no zebra. Well, zebras do get cutie marks because Zecora has one.
She does. I don't know if it's the same thing, but she does.
Maybe it's just a tattoo.
Yeah. That'd be cool. You make your own cutie mark.
Yeah. You decide who you are. You don't have no magic figure it out for you. You get this.
I'm gonna be the one that gets money. Lots of money. Just tattooing money on your flank. Best thing ever.
Cash money prizes. Let's see. All right, let's go ahead and do this. Smiley, if I could get you to grab this next email.
Yep. Hello again, everyone. Mary Angelina here once more to either brighten up your day or drag you kicking and screaming into Tartarus. So from what I heard, last night went off completely without a hitch and you all had fun. I hope it was as big a success as you all hoped. I was only able to hear the podcast last night because there was a nasty storm that knocked out the power for something like 36 hours starting on Friday. That was no fun. Getting to the point, last night before listening to your podcast, I was in a rather foul mood. Work had done some rather bullcrap moves, and I was one unhappy pony. Then I listened to your podcast, and you guys and gals made my night. I couldn't help but crack a smile and laugh by the end of the night, and by the end of the night I was feeling much better. Now for some kindness to the awesome people of this fandom. In FIM Fiction, there is an author I'm following. He does such amazing work, though most of it is not safe for work. I advise everyone to check out his stories, and there is a nice link to user Lapis Lazuli. Well, hope this email isn't too long. Also, Sandy, got my ticket to Nightmare Night Dallas. Looking forward to it, man.
I am checking out Lapis now. I show at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that are rated teen. So, you know, a little bit more mature, but maybe not safe for work on this. I don't know if I should click the fabled button here to find out how many more exist. But there are at least 5 that you can go check out of Lapis. And let's see. I know Mary is actually in the chat.
Not safe for Woona.
No, never safe for her. Let's see. And thank you very much. I'm glad that the show was able to put a smile on your face. Love doing it. So, yep. So go check that out. The link is in the show notes, and you can actually read the email if you so wish on the show notes. I will finish off with this last email. There are lots of links, so go check it out. I continue to love the show. You guys always keep me entertained and informed of what's happening in ponydom. Both your show and the comics are helping make this long ponyless summer so much more smoother sailing. Speaking of comics, I actually really enjoyed the Twilight microseries as it showed Twilight in her element with one of their 2 strong passions, books. It was great to see her story that didn't revolve around Twi's magical powers, and it was a sweet ending with Celestia getting her friend back. As regards to the Funko Pop series, I think they look cute, but they do seem rather polarizing. Within my circle of pony friends, were regarded as either they're cute or do not want, get it away from me. Once they released an Applejack one, I'll be looking to get that one. Same with the Build-A-Bear ponies. Here's some fan-made art I made. Starry and Princess Luna having a quiet chat. AC and Starry as Equestria's answer to the Blues Brothers. And Sandy's British accent. Keep on casting, Iron Brony. Would you like to see your picture, sweetie? This is you and Luna having a quiet chat. You using your usual Canterlot voice to talk on the podcast. And Luna
That's
talking.
what she does.
And Luna talking in her Canterlot voice. But no, it's a little loud for me. Thank you all for posting those or putting them out there so people could grab them on the chat if you could. You know, the Funko Pop series, for how weird and small deformed they are, you could play a good joke on someone by getting the Applejack one and putting it under a table. Someone leans down and you just have a plate of apple fritters there. No one gets that? No? Remember?
No.
Super young, sweet Applejack just eating all the apple fritters? Oh, see, there you go. It took a little bit.
Oh. I haven't actually seen those little ones.
More apple fritter? Let's see. Let me find a Funko Pop pony. Pop pony. They're the ones that are they look like the infants. They look like the baby ponies. Well, Starry has opinions, so there. Oh, so here it is. Oh.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna put this into the chat. There we go. That way you can see.
Okay, let's have a look.
Yeah, they look like the infants. If you like or dislike the that showed no results, huh?
Oh,
that's not very good.
I will search for pony.
Yeah, Google image that. Pop pony. Yeah, just Google image. That'll come up with them.
Well, like Funko Pony.
Yeah, there you go. Funko Pop pony. The demos are the first and third. You can get a look at the Rainbow Dash in the fourth image. Look into their eyes. Look into their eyes. Derpy's one is the eyes are a little off center. So, I'm fine with them. Sandy is do not want. All right, well, let's go ahead and move this forward. I don't have one cool thing.
Yes, you do.
Oh, yes, I do. You're right. I'm sorry. I didn't list it after the show. I'll need to do that in a little bit. All right. Well, let's go ahead. That takes care of our emails. As said, you can always go ahead and email across to us at bronyville@gmail.com. We love those. We love receiving those. So thank you all to who are able to send them across. We love hearing from you each week and finding out how you feel about various things that are happening in Pony. Let's see. I wish to find out more about who donated this week, and I do show our good friend Desert Nocturne donated to us. Thank you once again, Desert, for submitting and giving us, promoting us across. I will say that if you listen, I will be kind of direct and on this. We do have at least 2 conventions that we want to go to that I know that we're going to need some additional funding getting us to. Sandy looks like not going to be able to make the Brony can simply because of he's got some surgery that he's going to be doing next month, and just the financials for him looks like it's going to be kind of tough. Okay, baby. Okay, sweetie. I'm trying to say something now. So yeah, he's got that surgery that's going on. I'm actually starting up the beginning phases of my business, and so my money is actually going to be a little bit tight to actually get me to places. I will say, as much as I want to do Brony Can, that one is a little bit in question right now. I know Nightmare Nights Dallas is definitely on my must-go-to list because it's a little bit easier to account for, but going international. So I hate to do it because, you know, there are so many people asking for cash out there right now. Only do it if you absolutely feel that you must. There are tons of charities. There are tons of other things that you can do with your money. Feed yourself, do whatever you need to. If there is a little bit that you can contribute to help us get there and provide you excellent content, then I would adore you and say wonderful things about you and just tell you how great you are. If not, absolutely no problems with that. Do what you can. So that's all I will say about that. If you can contribute, do. If you can't, then don't. The usual. As for 5-star iTunes bronies, again, Desert Nocturne. He's a beast. Thank you very much for sending across. You can always go and review on your local iTunes for us. Leave us a review. That keeps us up there in the ratings. We have beaten Kevin Smith, but there are others that do not know the Wrath of Pony yet.
I have a question.
What is your question, Starry Night?
So is Desert Nocturne?
I would yes. We will call him this month's. We will call for unless more donations come in by the end of the day. Desert Nocturne will be the Bronyville official sugar daddy for June 2013. Thank you, sugar daddy. We love you so.
He has the felt velour hat, right?
We love you, sugar daddy. I know you do. Shut up, AC. I know. I just need to rip that sound file off of Futurama. There we go. All right, well, let's go ahead and do this. We're going to go ahead and wrap up this show. It's time for One Cool Things. We're going to leave you with a single link or some information or whatever we can to try and inform you and allow you to do some interesting stuff or find some interesting stuff on the internet, pony or not pony related. I am going to give you something not pony related entirely. Maybe just tangentially pony related. But it's Starry Night related. And actually, I wouldn't mind having Starry Night herself talk about it a little bit. Starry, would you like to talk about your One Cool Thing? The video series that you are doing on YouTube? I can talk about it, but you're here in the room. You could pimp it like really well. Your video series that you could find at what address? What's the address for it? You can look for McBirdie30 on YouTube and find the channel, I believe. And she's doing play sessions of Minecraft, Alan Wake. Yeah, she hasn't been playing Alan Wake because she's too scared. She's been playing. She's scared of it. And what's the adventure game you're playing right now too? Primordia. So she's doing some Let's Plays. She would like some more viewers. So if you want to go check out her Let's Plays and watch her grind her brain against Primordia for a few hours, you can definitely go do that. And that is over at what's the channel? YouTube.com. /user/McBirdie30. So please go do that. There we go. Timo's being helpful. It's in the chat. Excellent. All right, let's go ahead and do this. MIDI, what do you got?
Well, a while ago, I wrote some stories, and somebody managed to give them a reading. Somebody called Chef, actually, I believe. They are currently videos on YouTube, but there is now mlpaudiobooks.net where you can store or find, depending on whether you're a finder or a getter, your audiobooks. So I think that's pretty cool.
Okay, excellent. Go check that out. Smiley, what do you got? This looks delicious.
Yeah, it's a site called www.ilovebacon.com. It's a fun little site. It's mostly about pictures that people take about funny stuff they find around the world.
Oh, wow. So it's not even just specifically specifically bacon. Like the first one here is a listing for Betty's Fireworks, best bang in town.
These are always funny. Batman dental practice. Wow.
I'm gonna take out your molars.
Okay, so this is like Kuvaton Bistacom. Bizarre.
Oh wow. I'm wondering which this looks like this is in California, the guy with the giant bicycle wheel. I forget what those are.
Oh, it's a penny farthing.
Yeah, one of those. This seems like you just die if you got on them, a penny farthing.
Yeah, I mean you have to be British to know what they are, so everybody has them by law. You know, and a top hat as well, and a cane.
Monocle.
Yeah, and a monocle.
I also like this image, this inkjet printer, big black page with white text. Please do not waste toner. The page is completely black, but the words are in white. It's a massive waste of toner.
Well done on that one.
All right, so go check that out. That's ilovebacon.com. Renard, what do you have?
Oh, just a little something. I just wanted to know if I could run your speakers with derpy.fr.
Go for it. Just please tone it down in case it's too loud. If it's mega loud, I'll hurt, and my ears will hurt.
It's not much, but sorry.
That's what it does. Okay, that's pretty cool.
Hold on, I'll play this.
I just don't know what
It's
went wrong.
shock site.
And she just sits
Somewhat.
there and eats a muffin constantly. That is what it
Exactly.
is.
Exactly. It's a shock site, I would say, like, a few other on the internet that are not what you would like to visit. But this one is okay, I guess.
Okay. All right.
Oh.
There you go. All right. So that is our one cool things, which brings us towards the end of this episode. It's time for us to say our thank yous. First off, I want to go ahead and thank Smiley and Renard for jumping in here, telling us about My Little Karaoke. If you want to go ahead and tell us where we can find it one more time.
Smiley?
Where can you find the website, and then where to get My Little Karaoke?
MyLittleKaraoke.com.
Excellent. Thank you both.
So,
Yeah.
just as a reminder, it's not really available right now, but it will be made available later this week.
Okay. Excellent. And thank you both for jumping in and telling us about the project and, just having a good time and talking about some pony for an hour and a half.
Thank you for having us.
Glad to have you. Mitty,
Hello.
you were here. You conquered.
I am here. I did. Thank you for having me.
Glad to always have you, you crazy Finland Brit. your frozen self becoming unfrozen.
Very unfrozen. I've been swimming in the lake recently.
Yes, it is. We're probably going to vacate the apartment in a little bit just because it is getting warm. And as always, I want to go ahead and thank across to our users, those in the justin.tv/Bronyville podcast room. Love you. You're my homeboys and girls, home ponies and mares, however. Love you all. Great to have you. Podcast listeners, we love every single one of you. I am a podcast listener. Love the show, love shows too, and I'm glad that you guys download and listen to this every week, or however you grab the episodes. YouTube, which I need to upload and add more stuff like that. Anyway, that is great. Bronyville episode 112. We have done 112 of these, guys. It's drawn to a close. We will catch you next week. Sandy should return, and we will be talking more pony. As always, till now, I'm going to give you a 1 week reprieve, so sleep well, every pony.